Welcome to the first gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender history exhibit at City Hall of San Diego. This is one of the first exhibits of its kind in a city hall within a city within this great country of ours. What's even making it more historic is the ribbon cutting ceremony that was held. We had the honor of having Senator Christine Kehoe, City Councilman Carl DeMaio, and City Councilman Todd Gloria. Christine Kehoe is our own very own San Diego's Harvey Milk. She was the first openly gay candidate to run for public office in San Diego, and she won. She went on to go to the State Assembly and the State Senate, where she is now. Carl DeMaio was the first openly gay man to be elected to the City Council. And Todd Gloria is also our proud councilman who happens to come from the LGBT community. So we have two council members on the San Diego City Council who happen to be gay. For those of us who are activists from the 60s and 70s, it's very important to tell the story of our community because, as I always say, and you should know, that a community, indeed a city, that doesn't know where it came from really doesn't know where it's going. So you're going to have the opportunity today to learn about your gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender neighbors, co-workers, and residents of this America's finest city. We're going to tell you our history. We're going to tell you how we have contributed, along with so many other great San Diegans, to make this such a great city. Gay and lesbian, bisexual, and transgender have made a big difference in public service in the city of San Diego. We have two gay council members of the San Diego City Council. The district attorney is an open lesbian. Our past fire chief was also a lesbian. We also have gay and lesbians who have been elected and are serving now on our Superior Court bench. We have gay and lesbians who are in our fire department, our police department, and serve proudly. As you know, gay and lesbians are everywhere. We're your neighbors. We're your family members, we're your co-workers. We're part of what makes San Diego America's finest city.
The history of this center is a lot like the history of the entire San Diego LGBT community. The center started early 1970s as an answering machine in a borrowed closet with a group of volunteers who were willing to call people back, people who were frightened, people who felt isolated, people who didn't know what their next step was and felt alone. That history is as manifest today as it was then. It's a commitment to caring for that San Diego LGBT community, all of the community, in all of its diversity. Caring for the youth who are out of their homes, caring for the youth that have been thrown out of their homes or had to run away. 40% of America's homeless youth are LGBT youth. Youth who are on the streets, struggling to survive. Our community and the center is committed to protecting those youth. Youth who struggle in the school system with bullying, with harassment, who struggle at home, who struggle in their churches and in their temples to not listen to the messages that they aren't valuable, but instead to feel important, free to grow, and able to be the people they were designed to be. Part of the community is our seniors, incredible trailblazers who have done incredible work for justice in terms of caring for people who have survived the incredible first wave of HIV/AIDS. People who now worry, where will they go? Who will they be with as they retire? Who will care for them? And the answer is the center will care for them. Families who worry about where to place their kids in school, LGBT families who wonder, will that school environment be free of the harassment, the bullying, the stigma that I read so much about? The center's there to care for them. The center's there to care for LGBT, Latino, and African American brothers and sisters who struggle in their communities with acceptance and with recognition. The center has gone from that answering machine to an organization with more than 800 volunteers, a board of directors of 20, a staff of 45, incredible individuals dedicated to caring for their community and advocating for justice and equality. That's what the center is. The center's is its name. It's the focal point for the community, the place where we celebrate every victory that is local, is statewide, is national, and we come together for support to mourn the losses and the setbacks that are inevitable in this struggle. The center is that place, is that catalyst, and continues today to advocate for the equality and to care for the entire community. It's the place where people call home.
Hi, I'm Jerry Dilnow. I've been involved in the San Diego community since 1975. I was born here, but left with my Navy family to live in many parts of the country, returning in time to finish school here, and I graduated from Point Loma High School and went on to San Diego State. I joined the Air Force and served 3 days short of my enlistment, as I was given an undesirable discharge as a result of a witch hunt investigation. I was introduced to the activist community while living in Philadelphia, where I helped found their first Gay Pride March in 1972. I returned to San Diego in 1975 and was hired as the 3rd executive director and the first woman director of the LGBT Center. Since that time, I've seen enormous changes in the LGBT community and many advances. We held our first organized march in 1975 to commemorate the New York City Stonewall riots. I've been involved with Pride in some capacity ever since. The event has grown from a group of about 600 people to a 3-day celebration that is one of the largest civic events in the city. Along with the growth of Pride, the LGBT community has developed into a recognized civic force. Today, there are organizations of every type to serve the needs of our community, from the center to Metropolitan Community Church, political clubs, 3 news outlets, sports teams, social clubs, and many of the LGBT community are involved in the civic activities of the city at large. We have elected members of the community to public office, and many serve on boards and commissions. It's difficult to, in a short interview, to catalog the dynamic history of the San Diego LGBT community. My own personal history has included my work with LGBT Pride, over 20 years of involvement with the San Diego Democratic Club, an organization that advocates for LGBT rights and has helped elect candidates from both our community and many allies. I've been associated with the LGBT media, working for the Gay and Lesbian Times, and having had columns in early lesbian papers and the Update newspaper. When I came out in the early 50s, I never imagined the community of today. In those early days, the closet was the existence for most of us, and our social activities took place in out-of-the-way bars and in private homes. Today, the community is vibrant, open, and healthy. Many barriers have been broken, but many are left standing. Many of our young people are bullied in schools. We cannot marry except in 4 states, and those are threatened. We cannot openly serve our country. These are struggles to be won. But my experience, beginning in the 50s, with no visible community to offer support, tells me that it's a matter of time and effort, and equality will happen.